Have you ever wanted something for someone more than they wanted it for themselves? I don't know about you, but when I'm in that situation, I struggle. We live in a world of instant gratification. I want what's best for someone, and I want them to have it, and I want them to have it like 5 minutes ago. That's part of what makes Jesus' teaching on the location of his kingdom so difficult for me. When Jesus says, "My kingdom is not an earthly kingdom," he challenges me to live from an eternal perspective, not an instant one, and operate on his timeline, not my own. That's why I admired my grandma Peggy so much. She was one of the best people I've ever known, an honest-to-goodness saint in my mind. An Irish Catholic mother and school teacher, born to a big family in the mining town of Anaconda, Montana. Jesus and the church were the foundation of who she was. Growing up, my family would go to Mass with Grandma Peggy and Grandpa Cab. But I didn't know until I was in high school that Grandpa Cab wasn't Catholic. He wasn't against it necessarily, but it wasn't his thing. Yet, he showed up every Sunday because he loved Grandma Peggy. Now, Grandma Peggy would have loved more than anything to spend her marriage sharing her faith with her husband completely. But she didn't see with earthly eyes or live with earthly patience. She knew where Jesus' kingdom was, and she deeply trusted his timing. Over the years, Grandma Peggy did her part in bringing Grandpa Cab to Mass, praying with him and sharing the faith when appropriate. She waited and waited, prayed and prayed, invited and invited. Then, towards the end of his life, we all watched in awe and love as Grandpa Cab was baptized, received into the church, and received his first communion. At his side, absolutely glowing, was Grandma Peggy. It may not have been the timing she would have wanted, but her eyes were set on the kingdom of heaven, not one of the earth. And her patience, prayer, and persistence were instrumental in bringing Grandpa Cab to the true kingdom in the end. Through this teaching, Jesus is inviting me to not just hear the gospel, but live the gospel.
Best Lent Ever is made possible by the Dynamic Catholic Ambassadors Club. Become an ambassador today.